Let's go straight to our international correspondent, Molly Hunter, outside Buckingham Palace. Molly, what else are we hearing from the royal family about all this?
Lester, we do have some more details from Kensington Palace, but I just want to pick up on a couple of the headlines from that video. That was a deeply personal, emotional video from a mother, from a princess. And just to walk through the timeline, because this has been one of the major questions, she talked about that planned abdominal surgery in January. She says at the time it was thought it was non-cancerous. The surgery was successful. That part we knew, Lester. And then she said, in post-op tests, they found that the cancer had been present. And that is when they started a course of preventative chemo. And she says she is in early stages of that treatment. So she has already started that chemotherapy. Moving to kind of what else we know from Kensington Palace, why they possibly waited. I think three things stand out from what we have heard from the palace. The first is that she has needed time to recover from that surgery, but also start this treatment. The second, of course, is processing. She is 42 years old, Lester. She is healthy. She has a young family. So for her to process this news, but also for her and William to process this as a couple. And then I think the most important thing that we've heard from Kensington Palace, but also in that message, you just heard her and you heard the emotion in her voice, talking about telling the kids, finding the right time as a parent to make sure they understood that she was going to be okay, that she was getting the help and the care that she really needed. The other thing we know from Kensington Palace is we will see her at events, but that should not necessarily indicate that she is back to a full course of royal duties. Also from Kensington Palace, Lester, a plea to the public, to the press, to people who have, of course, been very, very interested for the last couple of weeks. We've talked about that feverish, intense interest across social media, but a plea really to kind of stop the speculation now. They have come forward. They have given us the information. They have been transparent. Now a plea to people really respect her privacy that she deserves. There is no indication, Lester, when we will see her next. And I think on the medical side, the other really important thing that Kensington Palace made clear to the media today is we do not know, and we will not necessarily find out immediately what type of cancer she is getting treatment for. Lester?
Molly, can you describe the level of pressure to the extent you saw in the British public for some more definitive answers about what was going on with her?
Yeah, Lester, we have covered this for the last couple of weeks, and it's been very interesting watching it play out, not only in the mainstream press, but also across social media. After that announcement back in January that the 42-year-old Princess of Wales had undergone successful surgery, the questions about why that planned surgery even had to happen, we still don't know. And then, of course, the intrigue about why she wasn't coming back necessarily when she initially said she was going to come back. Lester, initially they said she was going to come back on Easter. Then it looked like it was slipping until the end of maybe Easter holidays. There was a ton of interest. We asked Kensington Palace, I would say, almost daily in the last couple of weeks, as did many of our colleagues in the media. What are we going to learn? Why haven't we seen her? When will we see her? What more can you tell us to try to quell the rumors and the speculation and really, Lester, the wild conspiracy theories that were popping up across social media? And they were very tight-lipped. And I think part of the information and the briefing that we got today from Kensington Palace, part of her message was really to explain to us why they had kept quiet, why they had really fiercely protected her privacy. But the pressure, I think, was immense. And I think that is clearly part of why the timing and why the announcement came out today.
Can we factor anything in the fact that there is this investigation underway as to who may have tried to get access to her medical records at the hospital where she was treated?
Kensington Palace wouldn't be drawn on that. We've been asking them about that all week, Lester. We certainly have asked the hospital. We have asked police about that. No one will comment on the status of that investigation. I think that seems to be a very separate issue at this time. I'll leave it to analysts to kind of read the tea leaves of whether or not that kind of made them so nervous that something might come out that they had to kind of beat that investigation or beat any leaks to really come out transparently, But clearly, from Kate's perspective, she wanted her kids to hear this from her, not from the press, not from kind of any kind of leaks that may come out if, in fact, that breach did happen.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.